Hello, this is our weekly market alert video for the week ended February 18, 2022. And this one is entitled A Very Dangerous Situation. And it appears that we've come to that place. Now, you may recall at the beginning of the year, we said that our fearless forecast was for Dow 40,000. But in that, we also said that the risk that we face that would impede us from getting to Dow 40,000, and in fact may head us in the opposite direction, is a mistake made by the Federal Reserve. And it appears that perhaps they have done that. So right now, the inflation that we're seeing has been running way longer than perhaps the Federal Reserve should have let it. And now we have a situation where it may be becoming a serious problem, and the Fed is way behind the curve. So let's talk a little bit about why we are where we are. If you go back to when we had the lockdowns and the economy was shut down, the concern was we'd have another Great Depression. And so our government and the Federal Reserve combined, they pumped $9 trillion into the economy. At the time, we had a $21 trillion economy, meaning that's how much it was generating. And we're still there today. So we've gone down, we've come back, or basically back where we were. But now the economy has the 21 trillion plus the 9, so that's $30 trillion that is chasing $21 trillion of economy, goods and services. That, ladies and gentlemen, by definition is inflationary. When you have too much money chasing too few goods and services, those goods and services are going to go up in price, and that's inflation. So now the Fed is behind the curve. They need to do something about it. There is a very, very bad economic condition that is called stagflation. That is where you actually have the economy slowing down, but inflation continuing to rise. The problem that you have there is that the tools that you use to slow down inflation are the ones that slow down the economy. If the economy is already slowing down, you're pushing it worse into recession than it's already going at the same time that inflation is rising. Not a good combination. If you don't do anything about it, then what happens is the economy continues to slow because of the high inflation, and you still have the inflation, and now you've got also stagflation. You got a bad situation, and both of those could result in a severe recession and a severe bear market. That's why we're calling this a very dangerous situation. Now, you add to that our friend in Russia, Vladimir Putin, who may, and as I record this, has not invaded Ukraine, but if he decides that he's going to, then that could create all kinds of havoc on the global energy prices. And many of the smaller countries around the world, if they see a spike in energy costs, that could push them into recession. That recession could circle the globe, a domino effect. It could come back to haunt us. And if it did, then that would make things even worse. We'd have a slower economy with a high inflation and an even worse case of stagflation. So all of that is a risk to us achieving Dow 40,000 this year. And so my question to you is, do you have a strategy to address that? Do you have a plan in place? And of course we do. We have our invest and protect strategy that we've used in the past. We used it when the pandemic, in fact, it told us to sell the day before the pandemic was announced. So that was a good move. We also, our strategy said to sell in November of 2007 before the credit crisis and the market crash of 2008. So our invest and protect strategy is available, but if you're not a client, you don't have it. So I'd encourage you to visit with one of our retirement planners to talk with them about how to protect yourself given what's going on in the world right now. Now, just to be clear, our strategy is not perfect. In 2018, for example, it did predict a bear market that didn't happen. So it can do that. But in our view, it's better safe than sorry. And we'll take the times when we predict a bear market that doesn't happen and we protect ourselves. And then when it turns out we didn't have to, then not protecting ourselves and we do need to and we didn't. And now we experience large losses. So again, if you don't have a strategy to protect yourself in this environment, I would encourage you to talk to one of our retirement planners. Go to our website. Of course, it's rpoa.com. Well, thank you for watching this video, and we will talk soon.